Hi, this is Dan Sullivan. I'd like to welcome you to the Multiplier Mindset Podcast. Today's game changer transformation story is a terrific person. I mean this both as a coach in the Strategic Coach program, but Bree Argetsinger is just a tremendous individual to know. But I was so impressed with Bree because she didn't even start in the 10 Times program. She started in the Signature program. And within 1 year, using Strategic Coach strategies, our processes, getting in touch with her unique ability, rearranging her time system, understanding where her largest check was, but most important, understanding unique ability teamwork, she changed her business from a 6-figure business to a 7-figure business. And within 1 year, she jumped from the Signature level to the 10 Times. I was just amazed, and she did it in such a solid way. It was step by step. She put solid building block in place. And one of the transformations that Bree made in the marketplace is that she created a stage name for herself. And so she's just phenomenally good at internet marketing. So she created this character named Betty Rocker. And Betty Rocker rocks. Betty Rocker is actually someone who every day, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people around the world, Betty is their exercise coach. Betty is their nutrition coach. They plug in every day with Betty Rocker. And it was very interesting because I knew her from my team members who say, I watched my Betty Rocker session this morning. I said, who's Betty Rocker? You know, and finally I met her because she was in the Signature program, and then she showed up at 10 Times. And I was just amazed at the way that she had created this powerful global image. And she's part of people's daily life, and she just keeps feeding it with new ideas and fresh approaches. Literally, if you look at how Bree has put together her future, it can only grow bigger. I just don't see any natural obstacles to her future. And it's just such a pleasure to bring her to you so you can hear her story, because all she did was basically find out who she was and what she loved doing. And then she used all the coach tools just to create a powerful, unique ability team around her. She took maximum advantage of the latest technologies for projecting her image out in video and also audio. What a wonderful story, and it kind of shows you what a single individual in the 21st century can very quickly develop a worldwide rockstar empire.
So the Betty Rocker is like this incredible brand that serves people through creating solutions for workouts you can do absolutely anywhere, which is really tricky a lot of times when you're busy, like most of us are these days. So you gotta have an effective workout that strategically works your entire body in any location. So I provide workouts like that. I also provide meal plans, solutions, once again, for how to eat whole foods without all of the sort of dieting jargon that really interferes with people's ability to get results in the long term, because I'm really teaching the long game approach of a healthy lifestyle. It's about longevity. It's about really empowering people to be and live in their best bodies. And more importantly, why they're doing that, which is to think about more than just how we're going to look on the outside as a result of these choices, but how we can model through our good choices about food and fitness to the people who look up to us. So it really has this beautiful ripple effect out there in the world of empowering people to really think about why they're making good choices with their nutrition and fitness, and taking responsibility for those choices through their actions so that it impacts the people in their lives, their kids, their families. And I primarily serve women. That's mostly who is attracted to my brand. And they're attracted to my brand by these incredible challenges that I run. So my main 30-day challenge, which is a 15-minute-a-day workout challenge you can do absolutely anywhere, I've had almost 2 million people go through it in the last 2 years, which is insane. It's so cool. So excited about that. So that's the brand in a nutshell. I have a big online membership community of rock stars who connect with each other. That's my inner circle. kind of think of the brand as an online compound, and that's sort of like the interior, which you can get into any of the rooms and do neat things like do a workout program, a nutrition program. Sort of the front of the house, the front of the foyer of the compound is the blog and all of the educational content that lives there so that people can access at any time. So I joined Strategic Coach and did the Signature program, which is this amazing program that Strategic Coach created that takes all of Dan's best tools and sort of like has them in this very smart, progressive layout for you as you grow your business. And I went to 4 workshops. And I remember when I started Strategic Coach, I had finished the last year at high 6 figures. And by the end of the second year, I was in multiple 7-figure business. And I can attribute so much of why I was able to make that big jump to the principles that I learned through the Signature program of Strategic Coach and through Dan. And what was great was my coach was amazing, and he was giving us these examples and these stories, and we would workshop together, and Dan actually would be around, and he actually came and had lunch with me a couple of times, and he talked to our group, and he sat with us, and he was just so incredibly inspiring, and I just could apply instantly the team tools to the little tiny team that I was sort of just nurturing and growing, and I was able to immediately apply those things we did in the workshop right away into my team and share them with my team. Sometimes I was like, wow, there's a lot of things that I can't quite use, but just being exposed to the frameworks and that they were possible just allowed me to dream so much bigger than I had been before. And I pretty much 5x'd my business in my first year of Strategic Coach, which was epic. It's awesome because it really allowed me to think through, as a business owner, what were the most important things. And I think the beauty of Strategic Coach and what Dan created was this framework that allows you to think about your thinking in this really profound way that you can apply it to almost any kind of business that there is. And of course, I have an online business exclusively, and I have a remote team of people working virtually all over the country and now all over the world. And to be able to meaningfully apply those tools and the books that Dan has written, we give every new person the Team Tools Handbook. To be able to share videos of Dan with my team, it's really powerful and impactful. Everybody's really on the same page. All of my core team members have now gone through the Team Tools workshop in person. My number 1 is currently in her first year of the team leadership program. She goes to it quarterly. It's been amazing for the synergy of our team. Probably one of the most profound influencers on my success was the 3 types of days that they teach you right in the beginning of Strategic Coach, the Signature program, and Dan's framework of focus day, buffer day, and free day. I like to see everything that I do as like a series of frameworks, and Dan has created a series of powerful frameworks that help your brain deal with the stressors that kind of come up for you as an entrepreneur. And this was probably one of the most profound and powerful things just right from the get-go that influenced everything that I then went on to do. Creating the opportunity to have a free day for me was this whole concept that I was just like, I can't take a day off. I need to work like at least 12 to 14 hours a day, every single day of my life. And what I found was that as I started to incorporate the free days into my week on purpose, my team really wanted to support me in that. I started to become a better leader because I was able to recharge more. I was able to serve my audience with more creative content and really working in my unique abilities, which is so important. We can't work in our unique abilities unless we are rejuvenated enough to give our 100% to it. And I'm someone who likes to give 1,000%. So for me, it's essential to recharge. Like Dan is also, not only is he creating all these amazing tools, but just being around him, learning from him about health. I mean, obviously I run a health and fitness-based company, but it's really because of Dan that I got exposed to Dr. Daniel Amen, went to get my brain scanned, learned about some mental health things that are now helping me be an even better leader and take even more deeper responsibility for my life and for growing my team members in their own personal growth journeys. I got a Vasper. I was able to help contribute to that amazing project that Dan was a part of. I mean, just the profound impact that tool alone has had on my life, on my team's lives, just being exposed to the concepts that Dan cares about longevity, the projects that he wants to put out into the world that help him, that help everyone around him. I embraced a lot of those things myself, and they really dovetail nicely into like what's important to me to have this long-term, business. I mean, I will live to 130. Dan gave me at least 50 extra years of my life. I remember when we did that activity, he exposed us to that concept, and it really is a powerful framework that he gives you to recognizing what is possible. I find it comical and also awesome when he talks about how he created Strategic Coach out of his ADD. There isn't a better reframe of a situation that most people see as problematic than hearing Dan talk about like, yep, my ADD is actually a blessing because I was able to create all these amazing systems that help support me in what I do and what I want to do. Yeah, it's just been incredibly inspirational.
Bree just has a great mindset. I remember when we first started using Kolbe in the early 1990s, and I got my Kolbe back, my Kolbe profile, and mine is 22104. And the moment I got it back, it was one of the most liberating moments of my life because I could see a line that if I just followed my Kolbe and the directions that come from 2 fact finder, 2 follow through, 10 quick start, 4 implementer, and I didn't try to do anything except the activities that are resonant with that Kolbe, then I could surround myself with individuals who had different Kolbes, different skills. I'm the smartest guy inside my Kolbe that I know, but once I get outside of my Kolbe, I rely on other people's smartness. So I think the huge transition that Bree made and so many thousands of other entrepreneurs have made in Strategic Coach is that they take complete ownership for who they are at their best. And outside of those activities, they immediately move outward and find who other people are when they're at their best inside their unique ability. And that's the secret of Strategic Coach. As a follow-up to this great transformation story, I'm going to give you 2 links. The first one is to go to Kolbe.com. If you have not done your Kolbe profile, please don't go to bed tonight unless you got it back. They're just an amazing organization, and they show you how you can be uniquely good at what you do and then constantly build a unique ability team around you. And of course, I'm going to direct you to uniqueability.com. And that's our complete philosophy. And that's the secret that Bree tells in her story and how she became rockstar Betty Rocker. And all you have to do is go to uniqueability.com and you'll get an amazing number of great resources.